Good morning, I'm Harshit and I built Kenko. It's a preventive health risk assistant that turns everyday health inputs into explainable risk insights and practical next steps. I didn't want a black box code, I built a hybrid flow where a local machine learning engine computes the risk and Gemini converts that into clear natural language guidance users can actually understand. Most people either get generic health advice or a single number with no explanation. That creates low trust and low actionability. I built Kenko to solve both problems at once. It gives a risk view and also explains why the result looks that way. This input is built in Next.js app router. It collects useful vitals from lifestyle inputs like age, BMI, glucose, blood pressure, activity, diet, sleep, fatigue, and smoking profile. I'll submit a sample profile now. The result is not just a yes or no score. Kenko returns metabolic risk, cardiovascular risk, overall risk, a confidence view, and the main factors driving the risk. It also simulates intervention scenarios like better sleep and movement or nutrition improvements, so the user can see what might actually improve the score. On top of that, Gemini generates a natural language summary from the structured outputs and highlights inconsistencies if detected. Under the hood, I built the Frontend API in Next.js 16 and I run the model locally in Python with Scikit-Learn. The flow is simple and clean. The form sends JSON to the API route, the route launches a Python wrapper, and the wrapper calls risk engine before the result comes back to the UI. Then Gemini transforms those indicators into a user-friendly explanation layer and checks for narrative and numeric mismatch. So the product feels like a real system, not a demo stitched together from disconnected parts. If you look at the flowchart, the hookup is the orchestrator between two intelligence paths. Path 1 is a local Python model for code risk prediction. Path 2 is Gemini for natural language interpretation for those indicators. The app waits for the local model output, passes the structured signal into Gemini for explanation and discrepancy checks, then renders one final coherent response in the UI. I ran into the same problems with the real product would face. First, Node Python bridging can break if logs get mixed with JSON output, so I buffer standard output and standard error separately, check the exit code, and pass only the final JSON line. Second, user inputs are messy, so I normalize aliases like activity to activity level and smoke to smoking before inference. Third, raw possibilities are hard to trust, so I added factor contributions, confidence intervention, simulation, and a Gemini generated natural language layer with discrepancy handling to keep the explanation aligned with the numbers. So Kenko is a full end-to-end product, real local inference, Gemini-powered local language reasoning, a resilient backend bridge, and a front-end that turns model output into decisions people can understand. I built it to be technically credible and immediately useful. Thank you.